Welcome to the Off the Wall show on IntellectualRadio.com. I am JB3, and to my right, the glorious, Miss Elegant, Miss Serene C
What's
is in the building, yo.
what's up? What's up, y'all? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. You know what? Let's just say I'm not young no more. Cause
Oh, duh.
yeah, cause last week I messed around and tried to show that I was a blue chip athlete and show that I was, the man back in the day when I was younger. But see, what had happened was
Yeah.
a brother had forgot to stretch,
Uh-huh.
messed around and pulled his hamstring.
Uh-huh. You just old. You
No,
just
I'm not
old.
claiming
That's
that.
all it is.
No,
Oh.
because I'm hitting this ball 250, 300 yards, and this is a softball. Imagine what I could do with a baseball. But yeah, let's say I was doing my thing and I messed around to pull my hamstring, and yeah, now I'm kind of hop along right now.
Oh,
So
I know. I just kind of
man,
pushed down on it. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Now I got you
hmm
limping.
it's all right though, because I could take a lot of pain.
But
We all
other
right.
than that, how we doing?
Other than
How
that,
we
I
doing? How
am
we doing?
a groovy dude.
We
Hey,
are
Miss Right,
finally getting some nice weather. I'm
it's about
loving
time.
it.
It's
This
about time.
the last couple days with this fog and
Let's just say it's Chicago.
cloudiness.
We are in Chicago. This morning it was 60 degrees at
It's
7 o'clock.
58 degrees this morning. I looked at the clock. I was like, "Hey Google,
I say
what
it's
time is
60.
it
She
on the
say it's 58.
outside?"
No, it's 58.
It was 58. I
Well, it's
leave in the
2
morning.
degrees.
Okay, whatever. Anyway,
Around
and
up.
then when I went to lunch, it was 86 degrees when I went to lunch.
Hey, 1 o'clock sure was.
So, yeah.
This is Chicago. Let's just say I went to work with a jacket this morning, and yeah, I left without a jacket. I left that thing at work. It was so hot. I'm good. But we're gonna get right into this today, y'all. Man, look, in light of this newfound information about Mr.
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx. I
Foxx,
love me some Jamie Foxx,
one
but
of the funniest dudes on the
wow.
planet.
Wow. He's a great entertainer, everything. But yeah,
Yeah,
like I was telling you earlier,
songs.
I just can't believe this new accusation.
Come on now, like
And it was from 16 years
16.
ago. 16 years ago. Okay. For all those who don't know what the accusation is, a woman came out today on TMZ and she has a lawyer came out and she has accused Jamie Foxx of sexually assaulting her. But he sexually assaulted her, or actually assaulted her,
Allegedly,
allegedly, by slapping her in the face with
in the
his
face, in the face.
slapping her in the face with his penis. Now, me being a
I
female,
gotta hear your side first because I got a bunch of stuff. You go ahead.
me being a female, the first thing I said is, how the hell that head get down that low?
See, yeah,
How
yep,
can you slap
Selena,
somebody in the face with your penis?
without you wanting to get it done first. Yes, Selena,
No,
the
she's not
lies she
credible.
tells. Yes, Miss Cuts on my live says the lies she tells.
No,
Yes,
and I actually was reading it. It was on a news source, and they said that um, she can't really do anything because the statute of limitation is up. But you got to think about it. This first of all, it says she was at Jamie Foxx's place in Vegas
right.
with a friend, and he asked her for oral sex. She refused, and he forced her head down, and smacked her with his penis.
My question is, look, I'm gonna tell you how it all went down first. Okay, they
Yes, clever.
he was in there like he picked two girls they probably met at the club or whatever. Let's go back to my house, and they was like, "Oh, we gonna go into Jamie's house." Hey,
Yeah.
they get to Jamie's house, and of course, of all things, yeah, this is what's about to go down. We about to get it in because I
We
asked you to
in
come to my house.
Vegas,
Right, we in Vegas. I asked you
and
to come to
I'm
my
going
house.
to Jamie Foxx's house.
What you
Now,
expect? What you think is gonna happen?
right.
You're not gonna sit up there and just have a few drinks and then laugh. And he gonna put on a show? Are you serious?
Okay.
Come on now.
You are going to an entertainer's house. You probably met him at a club,
Exactly.
and you in Vegas, and you and your girl go to his house. And then how pretty much how certain things are. Yeah. But the thing that's kind of killing me and what's making this like ludicrous for me and I feel is giving a bad name to the Me Too movement or whatever the Me Too movement, and for people who are actually legitimately sexually harassed or sexually assaulted by celebrities or whatever. This is crazy and it's really stupid and it doesn't make any sense because you waited 16. This happened. Okay, let me tell y'all the time frame. This happened in 2002. This happened in 2002. So now you're going to tell me 16 years later, you're going to remember somebody hitting you upside the head with their dick.
I'm going to tell you what my viewers just said.
I mean, the D word. I'm sorry.
Look, my viewer, Miss Cuts, says she was giving fellatio. And it was rather whack. And he, let her have it and was like, man, whack head, you giving me da 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 da. And
yeah, that's probably what was that's most than likely what happened. Yeah, that's what happened. But
now she mad.
Again, I'm dropping stuff. Mm-hmm. But again, it's just it brings up to that thought of we have now all these whack jobs and people that want money coming out of the woodwork. Ever since they convicted Bill Cosby of the stuff with Bill Cosby, now everybody feel they have a say and they're going to go back and get retribution, or they're going to go back and get the respect for something that they did when they was younger.
Yeah, the problem is it's got, Me Too done got these little ratchet hoes going Me Too. And no.
Right. And they saying Me Too because I want some money too. Me Too, no, give me some money. That's what it is.
You better sit your little ratchet stuff down.
That's what it and it's giving that whole movement a bad name. Because one, for women who have legitimately been sexually assaulted, raped, or
now they
abused,
get a bad name.
That's going to make them look bad for that movement and make it look bad for everything else. So I completely disagree with the fact of her trying to use this movement.
Yeah, we can see the lies
to get some money. Plus, she all on TMZ. She on TMZ. She got Gloria Allright, which I just don't understand. You're gonna wait 16 years later to come out and say, "Oh, this happened to me too."
Again, you was what was it? What did Jamie Foxx say before in one of his shows when what's her name? J-Lo got mad when he said something to the effect that J-Lo got mad at him one day because he had said something bad about her in one of his jokes, and yeah, she came up to him one day on the red carpet talking about I'm mad at you because you made fun of me, and he was like, man, I remember you from In Living Color, man. What's the problem? Back in Living Color, I remember you was just you wasn't J-Lo, you was just
J-Ho.
Yeah, hey ho. So yeah, I'm sorry, like that's what she is right now. Like you trying to get some kind of recognition and get paid for something that come on now, you just trying to have a story to tell it first.
Right. Seriously, like Jamie Foxx got money. I'm sorry.
I hit Jamie Foxx, girl.
Yeah. So now probably what happened is she see that, oh, I can get some money. I can go do this. I can go do that. But the thing is she's making herself look bad. She's making her whole self look bad on this whole situation because when I was reading it to you and when I was reading it, and this was actually on the replicable website, news site that said that.
I'm gonna need you to enunciate irreplicable. I got you.
A news site that was doing it. So when I showed it to you, that's when we was all looking like, this can't be real.
Is
this fake news? Because it is just that, like fake news. How you gonna wait 16 years?
Well, I'll put it like this. It probably just wasn't fake, but it was just like, now you want to say, oh, I can get some money.
That's just like basketball players that meet these chicks in hotel rooms and do them or do whatever with them, and then they forget about them. Now, Wilt Chamberlain? Who was the dude that
Wilt Chamberlain? 10,000 women. Big ups to Wilt.
That's just like one of those dudes. That's just like one of them women in his life
out the blue
coming up and saying, "Hey, remember in
64?
You choked the life out of me while we was doing whatever, and I want to get paid."
Listen,
that's what I'm saying.
What I do know is I saw a documentary on Wilt Chamberlain. That dude had to be he was bigger and more agile than Shaq. Okay, everybody knows how big and agile Shaq was. Shaq was a beast on the court, but
Hmm.
Wilt Chamberlain was like that big plus being LeBron. Imagine LeBron James at 7 feet tall. That's who Wilt Chamberlain was.
But I'm just like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can see how today in society, how the script has flipped and things has
Oh
changed.
yeah.
Because
Oh yeah.
back then you didn't. I also think that it is money. It's driven by
You
money.
think? Listen, everything about that right now is about money. Every bit of it, every word that she utters is her trying to get paid. Period.
So, and like you and I and Earl, our producer, were saying earlier, if any one of us wins some money, you can guarantee somebody finna come out the woodwork and say, you did something, or she did this to me. And, one of them bones finna come out the closet.
Right. Now, see here, look, one of my other viewers, she says no one will take it seriously because some women like to have it done. You know what? That's what our producer said earlier. It's a turn on. You hear me? Like, yeah, they love for that to happen. She probably got hit a little too hard, probably, and got her teeth knocked out.
I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed to either go to any type of news media, go to any type of Facebook, Instagram, any social media, and tell somebody, "Oh, I'm finna Jamie Foxx slap me with his penis."
Yeah, and Miss D.
You know
Wright
how
also
stupid that
says,
sound?
look, D. Wright says everyone gets pulled down except 45. Everybody, which is true though. Like, I mean, think about it. Everybody that has got this Me Too movement or whatever going, like they coming out the woodwork, but it's all been black men.
Mm-hmm. And we have one of my viewers, Daryl Clark said, Karen Stevens is well known for being ratchet, made lots of money. Isn't she Superhead?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Think about that for a minute. Just think of every porn star came out and was like, this dude and did this, that, and the third. To me, trying to get more money out of them. Man, get out of here. I'm sorry. This Me Too movement. Now, don't get me wrong. It is a great movement, and it's for the right person.
Right. It's for the right purpose and the right reason, and the person that really is behind it and
their intentions were good.
Is truly been sexually assaulted or sexually harassed or sexually abused by someone. Yes, that the movement is for them. But for someone who is using the movement as a way to get fame or as a way to gain money, then it's used all completely, totally wrong.
They making it like Me Too is the new YouTube. They trying to get put on TV. They trying to get put on. I did it too. But I'm starting to realize that social media is all about trying to make people just look. That's all it is. They want attention.
It all depends. Like just this. That's the whole point. And my favorite term that I say, people want to be Facebook famous.
Mm-hmm.
So, people are going to do whatever they want to do. They're going to say whatever they want to say for that 5 minutes or 15 seconds of fame. Is it called 15 seconds of fame or 5 minutes seconds of fame? People are going to do anything. They're going to do anything, say anything, because one, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, all of these social media things can make you and can break you.
Yes. So everybody trying to go viral.
Right.
That's the whole goal.
So if you do something crazy and you get a name for being crazy and outlandish and you go viral, then you've got you some fame that way. But also on the flip side of that, social media can end you and can ruin you and can humiliate you.
Yes,
especially if you're a public figure and you're a public eye or you in whatever. Social media can be used in a completely, totally different manner where it can ruin your life and ruin your career. Yeah, so just like us being public figures, we have to be conscious and be careful of some of the things that we say. You have to be conscious of some of the things that you do because it can be construed and seen and turned and taken in different ways. Right?
Indeed. I hear you, and for some reason I'm getting like 400 messages that were supposed to come in a long time ago that they all popping at the same time. I don't understand why, but anyway, that's just the way this is going. But yeah, I mean, social media it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
because for the simple fact that if people treated social media the right way,
and use it in a positive purpose and in the ways in which it's
yeah,
supposed to be meant to,
but
then yes, you can bring about change. You can make change. You can make things happen. You can raise money. You can do a whole bunch of things on the positive directive if you do it the correct way.
yeah, but the problem is we have a million people in the world that's like Cheeto thumbs with Twitter. You know what I mean? He just 3 o'clock in the morning. Just I want to say something. I want to be relevant on social media.
Prime example. Yeah, the prime example is the Roseanne Barr. She ruined
Oh man,
her life. She ruined her life, ruined her
for a
career,
joke.
because she blamed it on the Ambien.
But
But
okay, here's another question though. Well, it's not necessarily a question, but my thing is with all of these people that apologize afterwards, you can miss me with that because here's the problem. Had these people not necessarily caught you or they hadn't felt bad about what you said, would you have still apologized? And would you have made another joke? The problem is you got caught.
Right. Because because undercover, everybody makes these jokes.
Oh yeah.
Everybody says these things, but this time it wasn't like, I guess, I don't know, she wasn't thinking that people would be up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and she was gonna get away with it and let it slide.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is you have to understand that even though you may not think people are watching you or people are looking at your feeds or they are.
Oh, everybody's watching. And that's the problem with social media. That social media is the new big brother. But my viewer, Miss Wright, says Jamie is known as a sexual guy. He presents himself as in a sexual manner. So there's no hiding of how he thinks. So she's not really going to win this one. Not at all.
No. She's not going to win it at all. We have Chris that said, I'm in trouble then, to the comment that we made. And Daryl said, there are no closed doors anymore, which I agree with. There are no closed doors anymore. Everything is out in the open. And yeah, everything is out in the open. And social media is like the new big thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, new big thing. Social media been around for a long time, but
right. But I'm talking about now.
New.
Social media has gotten to a point where you can't live without your phone.
No,
you can't go without being on Facebook. You can't go without being on Instagram. And people are making a living, and making money off of social media because with YouTube and things like
network
that,
marketing.
how many hits you get, how many hits or how many people you get to come watch your ad and you get paid for it.
Yeah, because I mean, social media is just an engine for you for everybody to get you to say, look at me, look at what I'm doing this, and people are getting paid just to look. I mean, because today downtown, I promise you, I sat up and just kind of people watched, and everybody was walking with their head down.
In the phone.
Everybody. That's what I'm saying. Walking with their head down.
We were just saying, we were talking about that earlier. Everybody always has their face in the phone and they're not looking and they're not watching what they're doing.
Like,
and
there's so many videos of like people tripping over stuff.
Right. That's I just finished saying. Calling hoes. The one with the lady in the mall and she falls into the fountain.
That was hilarious. That one was hilarious. I'm sorry. That was.
I mean, you couldn't miss it, but she had her face on the phone.
Right.
But to turn what we're talking about into something that is relevant, one of the things that we've been talking about, or we started talking about today, and we were watching the news before we went on the air, is about all these missing girls and women that are coming up missing on the west side, south side, or whatever. And I was saying that with us having such a powerful, everyone has these social media, everyone's on Facebook, everyone's on Instagram. How can it be where don't nobody know where these people are at, and how could they come up missing?
Yeah, it's starting to be too common for bad stuff to happen right when the police get in trouble. I mean, it's starting to become too taboo. I mean, not taboo, but it's starting to become too common for the body counts to go up. And I mean, it's weird that whenever the police have to pay this large lump sum of money, $16 million here, $3 million here, $4 million there. I mean,
The body counts go up,
yeah, it goes up.
or it's like,
There's some kind of new epidemic. There's some new terror in rural or urban communities.
and you're right, and that's what gets me with all of us. And I was kind of a little bit perturbed. I'm using big words. I'm looking
She
at
was a
my
school word.
dictionary.
She was a school word.
Because there has been very little to none exposure about these young girls that are missing.
Not at all.
I've learned out about them missing or coming up missing, or some of the bodies being young ladies' bodies being found from on people's on Facebook.
Yes.
They're
Social
posting them
media.
on their they're posting the
Social
information
media.
on their live, or they're saying like, damn, how could this girl be gone for a month and then they find her 6 blocks away from her house.
Yeah, all chopped and mutilated. See, that's crazy.
So, and then they found one young lady in the somebody was found in Garfield Park, in the lagoon at Garfield Park
Right.
again.
Yeah.
And then the lady in the garage underneath the car. How is it that we are in a big city like we are, but
And nobody
nobody
knows
knows
anything.
anything? Nobody knows anything. Nobody's saying anything. And it just seems like, to me, I feel like it's like a conspiracy. And the
Listen.
fact that these are black and brown women, there's only one white woman, it's a white girl
Right.
that came up missing, that was on the west side. But how is it that there isn't any outrage or outcry out there
I'ma tell you
about
why.
these young girls and women becoming missing?
I'ma
Now,
tell
if
you
they
why.
was a different color,
I'm gonna tell you why.
okay, go ahead.
There's a conspiracy theory out there that there's organs being sold on the black market. Mr. Armand, yes, he pointed that out on my live feed right here. But yeah, organs
Snatch
being
the
sold
black
on the black
girls with
market.
the
And
blonde.
yeah, I promise
See
you,
it blow up.
it is too many people, coming up missing. And I honestly believe it's like the movie Hostel. They go back and they kill these people or whatever.
And take their body
Take
parts.
their
I
body.
saw that.
Yeah. So yeah, and they, yeah, like you said, rich folk are purchasing these organs. It's like the movie Get Out.
And
real.
then my friend Claude said, snatch the black girl with the blonde and see if it blows up in media. And you're right. When what was the little girl? I have yet to see an Amber Alert issue about any of these girls.
Oh,
And
you won't hear one.
what's getting me and what's frustrating me is the fact of the matter that they issue an Amber Alert for a 3-year-old.
Right. They're living with NECA.
Right.
Okay.
And
hear
you
about
have
her.
a 13-year-old, she's missing now. It's the 13-year-old that lately came up missing.
Right.
And you hear no Amber Alert. There's no community alert. There's no police having a press conference and saying, hey, this young girl is missing. We need to do this. We were just watching a live from one of our fellow hosts,
from the intellectual radio host.
one of our intellectual radio hosts, who's out there in the streets now I think they're doing a walk, and they're going and they're looking in abandoned buildings, looking
they're doing the footwork. They're doing the real
they're looking
footwork.
in abandoned buildings. They're actually going into these garages, these abandoned garages, opening them up and looking in there, because this is the work that the police don't want to do.
And see, another thing too is like on the south side, like in Inglewood especially.
You're right.
There is so many places to hide bodies like that, in abandoned houses and garages. It is so many condemned buildings on the south side.
Exactly.
Like that's scary to me. I mean, the fact that we already don't have enough. Okay, they got some kind of sign language going on in here, but it's just, you know what I mean?
And I know my mom lives on the west side, and they're trying to clean up over the west side because they're putting that police academy and training center and stuff over there. And our neighborhood is going through regentrification and stuff. But do you think that's one of the reasons why I think it's been kept hush hush in the North Lawndale area and the West Garfield area, Park area, because do you think people actually want to come over here and move over here and live over here?
Not at all. You know
if
what?
they find out that these girls have been missing or these girls
Not at
coming up
all.
missing? Because they're all most of them have been in this in the same particular area where
Yeah,
they're
in the
coming up
vicinity. Yeah.
missing. Same vicinity. Yes.
Now, here's something else I saw downtown today. All up and down Lower Wacker, they are building gates and they are putting up all of these little different, closing off all these little different areas where all of these homeless people were.
Yeah.
They are pushing all of them out of downtown.
They're actually they've been doing that.
Yeah.
And one of my friends
You should have seen the gates today.
he I can't think of his name right now, but he feeds the homeless. He goes out every day, and his slogan is "Homelessness Matters," and he's always out there feeding the homeless and getting to know the people in the homeless community. When they went and they tore down all the tent cities and the stuff that was under the viaducts and the different things over there, that was terrible.
Mm.
I don't know if anybody follows me on my page, but I was looking on Viceland, and they had a mini house village. Seattle has a mini house village. They're like they don't have running water, and they don't have toilets in there, but they're a miniature house.
Okay.
And the homeless people live there. They transition into living into a real house.
Okay.
But there's like they have a common bathroom that's in the area. But they made this solution and made a village that the homeless people take care of themselves, and they have some place for them to go while they transition into getting
And I believe that's the
adequate
solution.
living. Why can't we do that here in Chicago?
That's the solution. You give them someplace to go instead of kicking them out first. You give them someplace to go, and I promise you, the homeless quote unquote problem that we have in Chicago would diminish. I wouldn't say it'd be a cure.
We have all of these vacant lots, all these huge vacant lots that used to have houses on them that they've tore down, and now they're huge vacant lots that have become colonies for rats. I'm sorry, but that's what they are.
Yeah.
They've become colony for rats. And why can't we make a small village, a little house village on those? I know they started it last year. They were talking about it last year, and they were trying to put it up north somewhere, but the aldermen there and the people in that area up there was like, we don't want homeless people over here. It's going to deter our area, whatever.
Right. It's going to bring the property value down. Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, they're closing shelters. They're tearing down, they're closing different shelters here in Chicago. So where are they going to go?
And that's the problem.
What are they going to do? Where are they going to go? So
they're going to go
rather
right
sleep
back
under the
into
viaduct.
No, they're going to go right back into the urban communities. Now, it's already bad as it is. They're just going to push them either further south or further north. But either way, they're going to be out of downtown, or maybe further west, because I don't, but still, at the same time, they're going to go back into the communities. But then you'll see all of these homeless people all over the city, and then you'll see these abandoned buildings before they condemn them. They're going to be whole families living in there.
Right. And you have that now. You have people that are squatting in buildings and stuff, which you don't know about.
Of course.
Where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? What they're going to do? So it's like, I just think that we got off of our topic we were talking about.
A little
but
bit.
With enough of us that have social media accounts and have social media things, if enough of us use our platforms positively for different causes, I feel like we can make a change. We can make a difference. Instead of us waiting for someone to come make a change, or waiting for, say, hey, I'm waiting for you to go out.
Right. Everybody looking for Supergirl, Superman, or Arrow to come clean up the city, but no, or the Flash, or anybody. But yeah, they coming, T'Challa. They waiting for somebody to come and, save the city. And that's not what, it is. Put it to you like this. This Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, there's going to be a huge meeting in the Dan Ryan Woods. And there's going to be a whole bunch of people that either want to volunteer or whatever. You just kind of look on my page. I'm going to share it later. But there's going to be like this huge meeting, and to see why
to stand up. Not just one person say, I'm going to stand up and do this. As a community, we all need to stand up and be a village and be those warriors, and the princess warriors, that's what they call it, or She-Ras.
No, it's Dora Milaje. That's what they call it.
And take back our communities. take back and put, and we need to really go back to what it is. It takes a village.
Definitely.
We need that mentality of it takes a village. If we say we're not going to allow this in our neighborhoods, we're not going to allow this in our community. If we take the stance and say, hey, I want to improve my neighborhood. I don't want them, y'all ain't going to be on this corner selling no drugs or doing all this.
And if
you take the stand and do that, then you can make a difference. You can't sit back and wait for somebody else to do it. You can't be in your own neighborhood and think that the man across the street gonna do it. What you doing?
Funny thing, that's the same thing Barack Obama was pushing. He said he needed help. We got a long, hard push ahead of us. But the problem was, like, he can't do it by himself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everybody was looking for him to be super dude. Can't say what the word I'm looking for on the air, but yeah, everybody thought he would necessarily do what you want to do.
But the thing is, and I agree everything that you're saying, and that's why I feel that 45 has it into place,
right? And he's trying to tear it down.
I still don't get and understand what the HEWELL, this whole thing is with him in South Korea and him. And it's so funny. If anybody ever paid attention or listened to the news yesterday, they have been hyping it up and trying to make a big thing about he signed this agreement with it. But he didn't. He did not.
Nothing got done.
Nothing got done. All they did, and if it was on the top commentator on CBS radio was like, they signed a piece of paper, but the paper really doesn't have any details and stuff, and all they did was just signed it. So it was just for show.
It was for show. That's all it was. I mean, because from my understanding, Kim Jong-un got everything he wanted.
And we got nothing.
Nothing. He told us to stop, what was that? The South Korea
the war game.
Yeah, stop the war games over South Korea, right where he is. And I'm like, okay, so what did Trump do? Nothing. You didn't get the warheads. You didn't stop him from doing any nukes. Nothing. So
what did we get out of it? And this is my biggest thing.
The head of the deal or the master of the deal.
My biggest thing is he said this was a great business deal and it was a great negotiation. What the hell did he negotiate?
Nothing.
Because I'm still sitting here like, what we get? And then what really made me mad, and if I ever see him in person,
I'm gonna spit on him. I'm sorry.
Dennis Rodman crying on TV looking like a big sissy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that.
No, that dude was looking like Mr. Potato Head and drag. I got you.
He was, this is the most powerful thing in the world. I start this off without this.
Like, man, ain't nobody coming for you. Ain't nobody coming for you. Said he couldn't go home. Wait a minute. First of all, you talking like you the weed man and the feds is watching you. You ain't got nothing. Ain't no, you selling dime bags
from him being an alcoholic. Yeah. That's what killed me. I was like,
he got out there and cried his heart out, y'all. Did y'all see this? Did y'all see this? I was
like,
man, look, okay. He sat up there and he looked like he was melting. I don't think if he was crying, it looked like he was melting. I mean, it just looked like a little plastic dude. But like with you in your life, sit down and stay. Just like Kim Kardashian need to sit down somewhere too.
Sit down. That's what my mama said.
Are you really out there trying to talk about prison reform? You ain't never seen a prison in real life. Get out of here.
Probably don't even know nobody in prison.
Nobody. And the people that she probably know in prison is probably in the lowest.
When she went in there for when her sister went in there for drunk, one of them.
That's about it. That's about it. I'm sorry.
And to sit down. What my mama say? Sit down. Go somewhere. Sit down somewhere.
Ain't got no business. You ain't got no business in the White House. Unless you're trying to be on some more.
But the thing is, I'm confused. The lady that she went there was a 69-year-old woman that was on drug charges for trafficking drugs or whatever. But she did it.
She did.
It wasn't like she didn't do it. She did it.
They pardoned her because it was too harsh of a sentence.
Okay.
I understand that.
So you went and got a white 61-year-old, 68.
No, the black
61.
woman. That's what I'm talking about. The black woman. They said it was too
No,
hard.
she was white.
No, she was black.
The
one
grandmama.
You talking about the woman that Donald Trump pardoned or whatever?
Yeah.
She was black.
I thought she was.
No, she
I
was
thought
black.
She was white.
You definitely black. And that's because that's why everybody was like, "Oh my God, he loves black people now." Oh my God.
No, he did not. That was just to prove a point.
No.
But hey, he finna pardon Blagojevich.
Blagojevich. I'm gonna need you to enunciate a little bit better. But anyway, like Blagojevich, he's another politician though. So like, man, you let that dude sit there and rot because he did what he did.
Well, the thing is, but again,
sorry.
His sentence was a little bit harsh because he got 14 years for trying to sell a seat, and you got people that. Oh, so well, you got people that's selling weed that's in that.
They got life. I got you.
So
I got you. For first offense, life.
What about the dude that was just in Texas that murdered? Murdered who? He murdered someone and they gave him probation.
See, that's just like the white
that's
boy
when they were talking about white privilege too.
Right. I mean, that's just like the white boy that
ran over the people.
No, raped the chick that was asleep. The swimmer. The judge said it would have tainted his character.
Again, white privilege.
Right. So we understand that it is a such thing as white privilege, but we're trying to teach white
we'll talk about that next week.
And that's another show.
But again,
wait, how you gonna talk about? You know what? This has been a wonderful, wonderful show. You know what I mean?
Because we got so much to talk about, and we have so much going on. Your parents, your grandparents, and grandmamas, and the things that they say
from back in the day,
and the way that they talk.
Yeah. So this has been a wonderful show. Thank everybody for checking us out.
Tune in next week where I won't be here. I'll be on vacation in sunny Florida. We're going to see the mouse. Taking the kids and my mommy. We're going to see the mouse.
Enjoy.
So I'll be gone for 2 weeks, but you will have a
don't worry about it. Yeah, I got you covered. We're gonna be.
I'll bring you souvenir back.
I appreciate it.
Bring your shot glass.
Appreciate it. Hey,
bring you some ears from the monkey.
No, you better not. You will not bring me any bunny ears or mouse ears.
No, mouse ears.
Hi-ho. I wasn't a Disney fan. Nope. Mickey wasn't my boy. So, but anyway, Mickey was cool, but yeah,
we're actually going because we wanted they got the new thing they just opened up. The Star Wars thing. That's what I want to see.
Though. That might be.
So
fun.
That's what I want to see, and then I really, really want to go to Universal Studios. So
this has been the Off the Wall Show. See y'all next week. Tune in. I'm gonna have a guest.
We're gonna
take it off the wall.
All of our topics and everything